Today we're going to look at two really powerful and honestly seemingly opposite ways of thinking about business. On one hand, you've got the super tactical, data-driven world of AI. And on the other, a timeless philosophy about what it really takes to build something that lasts. So, let's get into it.
First up, let's talk about marketing in the AI era. I mean, this is the future, right? It's all about being tactical. It's data-driven, it's hyper-efficient, and it's totally focused on creating these deeply personal experiences for every single customer, like right now.
And then, in total contrast, you have the Infinte Game. Now, this isn't some new tactic or a piece of software. Nope, it's a philosophy. It's all about being purpose-driven, human-centric, and its focus isn't on making the numbers this quarter, but on building for the next generation.
So here's the big question, right? How do these two completely different worlds connect? Is all this AI stuff just another way to play a short-term game, or can it actually serve a much bigger, more infinite purpose? That's what we're going to unpack. To really get the connection, we first need to dive into the core of the Infinte Game philosophy. And it all starts with this simple but profound idea. In life and in business, there are only two types of games you can play.
First, you've got finite games. Just think of any sport, like football. You know who the players are, the rules are fixed, and there's a super clear objective. When that final whistle blows, the game is over. You have a winner and you have a loser. It's that simple.
But then there are infinite games. And business is a perfect example of an infinite game. So are politics, careers, even life itself. Players come and go. The rules can literally change overnight. And there's no such thing as a finish line. The whole point isn't to win, because you can't. The objective is to stay in the game, to keep playing, and to keep advancing whatever cause you believe in.
And you know, to really see this difference in mindset in action, there's a classic story from the early 2000s that just nails it. The battle between Microsoft's Zune and, of course, Apple's iPod.
Just think about that response for a second. The author of the Infinte Game is telling a senior Apple executive that Microsoft's new product, the Zune, is flat out better than their iPod. And the executive doesn't get defensive, he doesn't argue, he just smiles and says, "I have no doubt." Why? Why would he say that?
Well, it's because they were playing two completely different games. Microsoft had a finite mindset. They were absolutely obsessed with one thing, beating Apple. Their whole strategy, every meeting, was about how to steal market share from the iPod. But Apple, they were playing an infinite game. They were focused on their own mission, what they called their just cause, empowering educators and students. Whether Microsoft's product was better or not was to them totally irrelevant.
And I mean, the results kind of speak for themselves, don't they? Microsoft's focus on winning that short-term, finite battle, well, it led to the Zune being a total flop, capturing just 1% of the market before it was killed off. Apple's infinite mindset, their focus on their own vision, allowed the iPod to completely dominate, and, more importantly, it allowed them to stay in the game and keep innovating.
Okay, so let's hold on to that idea of an infinite mindset and jump back into the tactical world of AI. This world is just packed with tools designed for incredible precision. So to get a feel for how they work, let's look at one really powerful and, you could say, finite-focused tactic from this AI era of marketing.
Let's talk about evergreen personalization zones. Okay, the easiest way to think about these is like they're super smart digital billboards on your website. You put them in the spots that get the most traffic, and then you let the AI constantly test and show the most relevant piece of content to every single person who visits.
So the process is designed for one thing, maximum impact. You find the best spots, you let the AI do its thing, testing all kinds of content, and it just continuously optimizes the experience. Now, the goal here is very clearly a finite one, right? It's to win that user's attention and get them to take a specific action, right here, right now. It's an incredibly effective way to win all those little battles that happen every second on your site.
And this, right here, is where our two worlds finally collide. This is where we get back to our main question. We have this amazingly powerful short-term tool and this big, long-term philosophical mindset. So how on earth do they work together?
Well, the answer really depends on how you look at it. Is this sophisticated AI just a weapon for winning short-term battles? Or could it actually be something more?
When you put them side by side like this, it becomes crystal clear. The Infinte Game is all about the why, your long-term purpose, your just cause. AI marketing is all about the how, a powerful tool for an immediate interaction. One is about vision, the other is about data. One is generational, the other is instantaneous.
And this is the most important part. The tool itself is neutral. AI-powered marketing isn't inherently good or bad. It's not finite or infinite. Its true purpose, its real impact, is determined 100% by the mindset of the leader who's using it.
Let's make this really practical. A leader with a finite mindset uses that AI billboard to push the most profitable product to every single visitor. It's purely about conversion. But a leader with an infinite mindset uses that exact same tool completely differently. For a brand new visitor, maybe their AI shows a video explaining the company's mission. For a loyal customer, maybe it shows an invitation to a special community event. See the difference? One is just trying to win the transaction. The other is trying to build the relationship.
Which of course brings us to the most important question of all, what game are you playing? What does this all mean for the work that you do every single day?
All right, so let's wrap this up. What are the big ideas to take away from this? First, remember that finite games are played to be won, but infinite games are played to keep playing. Second, these incredibly powerful new tools, like AI, they have to be guided by a timeless purpose. It's about focusing on your just cause, not just on beating your competition. Because in the end, it's your mindset that decides if a tool is just for short-term gain or for a much bigger, long-term vision.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As these amazing AI tools become more and more common, the most important question we're going to have to ask isn't going to be about the technology. It's going to be about the game you've decided to play. Are you using your AI billboard just to sell something for today, or are you using it to build a world that people actually want to be a part of tomorrow?